In the headlines, 10 illegal miners arrested in Zamfara state as 14-year-old bandit errand boy is arrested. House of Representatives begin investigation into importation of adulterated fuel as President Buhari asks suppliers to give account. Waterfront communities in Port Harcourt cry out over eviction from homes. On the foreign scene, Eastern-based Parliament names former Interior Minister Fathi Bashaga as interim leader. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am NDLEA. Thank you for joining. Operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC in Zamfara state raid 2 mining sites, apprehending 10 illegal miners in communities in Talata Marafa local government area of the Zamfara state. Some elements still carry out illegal mining activities in the area despite ban by the federal government on the activities in the state due to insecurity. A 14-year-old errand boy of bandits leader Bello Turji is also arrested by the paramilitary organization. The report.
As part of effort to curb activities of illegal mining in Zamfara state, the operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC stormed 2 separate mining sites at Murki and Tunga Bay communities in Talata Marafa local government area, where they apprehended 10 illegal miners. The NSCDC operators also confiscated 8 motorcycles, 9 bags of precious stones, and several tools including 1 Dane gun, which the local security outfit is using to guard them in the bush.
A good 9 persons have been arrested. 3 from the 10 persons have been arrested, 3 from the mining site and then 7 from where it is being processed. So altogether 10. Yes, about 8 motorcycles were confiscated. Those motorcycles belong to the illegal miners. You may be surprised to know that these miners are even having local securities guiding them. It means it's an organized syndicate. Local security, if you look at behind me, you will see a day gun that we apprehended from one of the local security men guiding them. So even those that are using motorcycle, they are there as errand boys. They use the motorcycle to convert the finished product, the mined product, to where they can get the finished product.
The NSCDC has warned those engaged in illegal mining activities in Zamfara state to desist from the unlawful act, as it will spare no one found culpable.
I want to use this opportunity to send a note of warning to anybody, no matter how highly placed, that is engaging in this kind of illegal activities. Please desist from it. No man can be more than the government. The government has said they have placed an embargo, a ban on mining activities in Zamfara state. On no account should any man who think he's more than the government will embark on such kind of adventure. I call it adventure because it is not something that anybody could do if you are not trying to challenge the will of the government.
One of the illegal miners said they're engaging in mining activities because there's no legal work to feed their families, and if the government wants them to stop, it should provide alternative job for them.
We are
employed as laborers to work on the mining site to get money to cater for ourselves and families. Our employers used to give us 500 naira per day to eat. We are aware of the federal government's ban on mining activities. We are poor people, and if we don't go out to look for what to do or to do illegal mining to earn a living or to feed, we do not have vocational skill or job. Also, the bandits are terrorizing us, rustled our animals. That is why we are engaged in illegal mining activities to survive.
2 operatives of the Corps were attacked during the operation and were left with different degree of injuries. NSCDC operatives succeeded in arresting 14-year-old boy who is an errand boy of terrorist kingpin Bello Turji. The boy confessed that Bello Turji has trained him on how to operate any type of weapon. According to the Public Relations Officer of the Corps in the state, Ikoche, the 14-year-old boy Sani Suleiman takes advantage of female victims by having cunning knowledge of them, and he has been used as a bait for kidnapping.
So we are working on it. We are trying to get more stories from him to see how, if possible, rehabilitate him and then go after those who he will reveal that are his masters in due course.
Meanwhile, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have again intercepted 40,250 kilograms of the Schedule II controlled narcotic worth over 2 billion naira imported in two 40-feet containers from India. The drug bust comes on the heels of a similar seizure of 14,080 kilograms codeine syrup and 4,352.43 kilograms cold cap used. Now, the seizures followed intelligence from foreign partners and cooperation of other port stakeholders such as Customs, DSS, Navy, and others. The latest consignments intercepted on Tuesday were brought into the country in two containers marked HLBU 2239792 with 1,125 cartons of the drug and HLBU 1067338 with 1,751 cartons with a market value of over 2 billion naira. The consignments were seized at the Port Express bonded terminal, Berga Apapa, after they were discovered concealed behind cartons of Hypergra 200 milligrams and Deluxe Chili Cutters, which the agency's sniffer dogs were brought in to identify the illegal substance. Reacting to the latest seizure, Chairman of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Bubu Marwa, retired, said that the agency remains poised to deal decisive blows to drug cartels this year by ensuring that no gram of illicit drug is allowed to come into or pass through Nigeria to other countries. Communities living Waterfront in Rivers State cry out over the state government's plan to evict more communities from their homes. The state task force visits several waterfront communities in Debu axis on Port Harcourt, marking homes for demolition. The task force told residents they should vacate within 7 days. The victims expressed displeasure over the attitude of state government and its insensitivity to the plight of the people who will be displaced. The report.
Days after the demolition of waterfront communities in Diabu axis of Port Harcourt, some victims said that they are now homeless without food. Some of the affected women narrate what they are going through since their houses were demolished.
Even if we're to pack, Kosi demands that, yes, they told us that on the 26th they're coming to destroy this place, but not this place. That they had to go round the waterside, and because there's an old road and the road does not connect to this building. And if the Honorable Governor, His Excellency, want to do this, Kosi demands, God, for God-fearing sake, he should remember people. I am a civil servant. I work with the Rivers State government. The road will not start from here. So how come they will start with my own house? I applied for government quotas, they denied me of it, and the one I'm using to help myself and my children, I have driven out like a common criminal. Is it good?
As I see now road now just there. No, we are out to yourself, no problem. No help, nobody. That's Saturday when they scatter herself. My junior star just born. If they then feed herself for good, them she just born without no treatment, no nothing. As I talk to you, say outside now she did help from him. As him be governor to help poor, not to oppress poor. As we don't like to not get anything. 3 years now they live, they look at our children. As him purchase, no help. Since I did now, no help. My children they don't go school.
No any form of arrangement to pay landlords if you're not paying tenants, which is also wrong. We voted you in as a governor, not for you to keep us homeless. It is so wrong. Thank you. People are barely surviving to eat 3 square meals, and now you're putting us through this pressure. Is it good?
I don't know. Let's find something to do for me now. I need to live. The place to live.
Endurance Odudu, a visually impaired, explains how it's been difficult for him since the demolition.
Things hard though, since that day till today. I know it's no help, nothing. I just sleep for outside till today. Since that Saturday till now, this one week and 2 days now, at the outside. Without no help, nothing.
Some of the market women called on the government to reconsider its plans, adding that it was their financial status that relegated them to the area.
To rent a shop now or go my one market, if you know 100 and something thousand, they no give you space. And yeah, now free. May they help us, I beg. We pay small money.
I don't stay here now. I dey go 60 years. This waterside, now I stay grow. Where my makari train me, I come out. And this waterside where you see, like this. Now we pour more to come build this house so that we go fish stay here, they get fish. I get 4 children. Now here where I born them. Now this place where they train them for university. Now 2 of them they there. If him push me, I go very train these children. I no get anybody. My husband no get work. So we the beggar making consider us because no place where we go, no market where we go. Now this small place now we carry the money with our children.
No feel happy at all. As you see me now, I come to buy fish. So if I come here again, no come see my favorite fish seller. I no go happy now. I no go from here, I say I dey come out, go another place, go buy fish now. I no go fit, at least for the poor man's, the little money where you get, even if na 500, you go come waterside, buy something to eat. But if you say they go big market, you go hold like 5,000, 6,000 for one pot of soup. But here, 1,000 if you buy something eat. Making consider people wey no get too now.
Chairman of the Coalition of Civil Society Organizations in Rivers State, NFA Judge Will, condemned the eviction of the people of the affected areas by the state government. Judge Will said it is estimated that over 10,000 persons will be rendered homeless and driven into poverty by loss of livelihoods and other hardships associated with homelessness and displacement.
They no go fit fail for government. Come carry the blame, come put for our head. It no dey possible. Anyways, international instrument, that one be said international law, then when Nigeria said don't sign, they against forced eviction. You no go just evict people from their houses like that. You go first of all, before you evict people, you go enter meeting with them. You go agree with them. You go create alternative places for them. All these children now, where them go there? The money for River State don't be for only one man.
Yes, sir.
The money for River State are for everybody.
Yes, sir.
That is why I join others to talk, say, our PVC, make we sharpen our well.
Diabu Axis Waterfront communities said they have written to the governor to express their concerns and request an urgent audience with him to discuss how to address security concerns and seek win-win partnership as an alternative to eviction and demolition.
A breakdown of portal of the National Identity Management Agency, the NIMC, is making life difficult for Nigerians who want to subscribe to telecommunications or banking services. Ibrahim Ismail speaks to some people in Gombe who spend days waiting to register the identity numbers with service providers.
This is an MTN service center, one of the largest in Gombe State. On a normal circumstance, the place used to be crowded with people accessing one service or the other, like SIM swap, SIM registration, among others. But because of a technical fault on the portal of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, services of telecommunication operators are affected and many Nigerians suffer.
I am from Zambuk, 25 miles from Zambuk to Gombe. There is no network, nothing that they can do. And even if I said I will not be coming, as I said before, no the means of corresponding, mingling with my people, my friends and whatsoever. The reason is that they do not get the network, that's the main network. So we can't do otherwise, nothing that we can do. I came here since 5 days now, but I did not get anything. By going here and there, if we get it, we will raise. and we will be happy with it. Then please, I'm urging them, let them release the NIN number.
Sannan na zo yin welcome back yau kwana na hudu kenan ina zuwa nan gudu. Kullum in na zo ba network wato na NIN number baya.
I have been coming here for 4 days. I want a SIM swap. They keep telling me there is no network and NIN is not validating. They said the problem is not from them. We are worried about the development. I visited a private NIN registration center and met some people who battle multiple challenges while trying to validate their information on NIMC portal. This man wants to verify his date of birth. There is network problem. I suffered a lot. I paid 15,000 naira through remitter in Bauchi. Information communication technology specialist said a lot needs to be done to address the problem on the NIMC website.
Yes, it has many implications because most of the people, they are here to open an account number, but the thing is not moving. It will affect our business definitely. Like now, if you are doing registration, it is moving. But if you want to check the date of birth or to validate the name of the persons, it's not moving. Totally, it's not moving. You don't know what is happening.
Nigerians have been raising concern over some media reports suggesting that the portal of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has been hacked and data of millions of Nigerians were stolen and compromised. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
House of Representatives has mandated its Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream to investigate the importation of adulterated petroleum into the country. They also called on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, to suspend and investigate the 4 companies allegedly responsible for bringing the adulterated fuel into the country. The report.
This was sequel to the adoption of the motion of urgent national importance by the Chief Whip of the House, Mohammed Monguno, at plenary. The lawmakers stressed that there is a need to put in place systems that would check the quality of petroleum products being imported into the country. Other lawmakers who contributed agreed that the culprits should be brought to book to serve as deterrent. Adopting the motion, the House resolved to invite the NNPC to get to the root of the matter.
There is a need to put in place systems that will check the quality of petroleum products that is being imported into the country. And this incident further reinforces the clamor by all and sundry in Nigeria that the Wari Petroleum Refining Company, the Port Harcourt, our petroleum refining companies should be revamped.
But Mr. Speaker, I believe that there are inspections at the point of loading of this petroleum product. Who are those responsible for inspection at that point? Did they actually perform their responsibility? And I believe that there is inspection at the point of loading, because I don't believe that this PMS was adulterated on the high sea. It probably was adulterated right from the refinery. And so we have to hold our regulatory agencies responsible.
They are brought in from under recovery. They are now saying it is 3 trillion that we have to spend every year. What are they contributing to the economy? And we are returning overhead costs, recurrent costs for the refineries for the past 6-7 years. Mr. Speaker, each time and every day, we will be looking for what is the challenges of security, the consequential effect of the refineries working, and then put into production is employment of young people.
All innocent Nigerians who fell victim to this adulterated petroleum and their vehicles or whatever they are used have been spoiled should be considered in the investigation so that
the person that brought in this toxic petroleum should take the repairs or replacement of all these equipments that our innocent Nigerians have lost.
My amendment is to urge NNPC to suspend the 4 companies that imported this adulterated fuel that they imported from Belgium, and also direct NNPC to submit the list of the 4 companies to the committee of downstream.
The House also called on the Minister of Women Affairs and the National Orientation Agency to organize nationwide sensitization programs to discourage the practice of female genital mutilation. This follows a motion brought by Ganiu Johnson before his colleagues as he called on them to support the move to put an end to the barbaric practice among various tribes in the country. The House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values are to ensure compliance and report back in 4 weeks for future legislative action.
Cognizant of the dangers which the unwholesome practice portends for the health and well-being of women and girls, ranging from urinary tract infection, infertility, hepatitis, and other blood-borne diseases. Further note that female genital mutilation is an act of violence against women and girls and amounts to violation of the Violence Against Person Prohibition VA-PP Act 2015. Worried that about 20 million girls and women in Nigeria and 20% of Nigerian women aged between 15 to 49 years are reported to have undergone female genital mutilation.
President Muhammadu Buhari has directed that providers of substandard fuel must be held accountable. The president gave the directive Thursday in a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu. The presidency issued the statement following what it called the issue of petroleum product shortages linked to the inadvertent supply of products of foreign origin into the Nigerian market. President Buhari ordered those producers and providers of consumable products be held accountable for substandard services and other products sold by them. The president also directed that in line with the law, service providers must make full disclosure of relevant information with respect to the consumption of their products, and those dissatisfied consumers were entitled to a proper redress of their complaints. Now, breaking story reaching us says that gunmen have killed Director of Operations, Kaduna State Geographic Information Service, Malam Doda. We'll bring you details of that in our subsequent bulletins. But now let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, how waste scavengers make fortunes will be our focus. Stay with us.
Should we be looking forward to your candidacy in 2023?
Don't join politics as a contestant. Otherwise, you will be terribly disappointed. Maybe you will end up being somebody whose only role in the party is to contest the election. It doesn't work that way. You see, you join politics because you have conviction that if you have an opportunity, you will make life better for everybody.
Is the Kosia still in the PDP, or is it in APC, or is it in a political limbo?
We are in the party. We have pointed out areas of concern to everybody concerned. Our prayer and hope is that people will see reason and address those issues.
Thanks for saying you're watching Trust News Update. Let's have another look at some of the top stories again. Operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC in Zamfara State raid 2 mining sites, apprehending 10 illegal miners at Murgi and Tungabai communities in Talata Marafa local government areas of Zamfara State. Plus, House of Representatives has mandated its Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream to investigate the importation of adulterated petroleum into the country. And in other news, Nigeria on Thursday recorded 48 cases of COVID-19 as the daily COVID cases continued on a low count. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control said the infections were launched in 9 states and the Federal Capital Territory, while the agency data showed that 72 persons were discharged after recovering from the infection. Meanwhile, for the 5th day in a row, no fatality recorded, leaving the total deaths at 3,139, with total number of 253,923 cases confirmed and 230,293 recoveries. In another development, the World Health Organization says that Africa is transitioning out of the pandemic phase of its COVID-19 outbreak and moving towards a situation where it will be managing the virus long term. And with that, we wrap up Trust News Update, but you can connect with us via our social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch us live. Thank you for watching. My name is Ayubelia. Bye for now.